Hi, I'm Suzanne with Caregiver Haven, and there are 2 reasons why you burn out. Not 1, just 2. And I promise you that if you kept these 2 reasons alive, I could burn you out no matter how strong you think you are. So what is it about caregiving that personifies these 2 factors that cause so much burnout? Well, number 1. One of the problems in caregiving is that everything is in a constant state of change. What you have to understand is that when things are in a constant state of flux, it makes for never-ending exhaustion in decision making. What do I mean by that? I mean that every time you get something set up, it's going to have to change, and you have to change with it. The problem is, we never seem to get ahead of the caregiving changes. Where we want stability, there is none. Take Julie, for example. She had her mom and dad all set up in independent living. They enjoyed their days and outings together. Then mom fell, broke her hip, went to rehab for 8 weeks after surgery. Dad was lonely, couldn't function without mom, and decisions about whether they would both be better off in assisted living loomed into their future. Finances were also a problem. It's another change and another decision. Take Mark, who wanted his dad to move in with him after his dad was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. And Dad agreed. The problem was the constant and ever-changing decline. First, it was no more driving. Then more doctor appointments, new medications, daytime sleeping, nighttime walking, repeated stories. Mark could not keep up with the day-to-day tasks as they were ever growing and changing. His constant state of unrest was exhausting. This is so common, and I know how you feel when you get up in the morning and dread another day. What shoe is going to drop, and how far, you ask? The next most important thing you have to realize is that you're going to burn out because of this one thing we so often experience. Caregiving is riddled with this second thing. It grows like a setting sun shadow, and we cannot escape it. It consumes us, follows us, and soon we are totally overwhelmed by the act of caregiving. So what is it? It is positive reinforcement that we need in any and all relationships. Let's look at some examples. Lisa loves her job. It has everything she could ask for. She is a physician in a medical practice full of highly intelligent and capable doctors and nurses. Her patients are kind, and she looks forward to helping them. Fast forward 6 months. Lisa is told by her boss that her numbers are not good. Her administrators tell her that she is spending way too much time with her patients. While her patient satisfaction scores are excellent, her charting also needs some work because it's not getting the revenue that her company really needs. And now they're telling her, or asking her as they say, to work overtime or take her charts home. But she must see more patients. Lisa is getting no appreciation and starting to burn out from this medical mill. She is now thinking of leaving since work is showing no appreciation, and burnout is filling the void. Alan is happily married. He married his sweetheart right out of high school. He and Anna have 3 wonderful children together, but Alan is burning out also. Why? Anna means well, but she never says anything nice to Alan anymore. All he hears is, "You're not eating right, you need to move more, walk more. You can't have that ice cream because the doctor already talked to you about sweets." Alan is not getting the love he needs and wonders if he should divorce his lovely but bossy wife of 40 years. He's burning out. Kathy is a caregiver. She has set up a nice room for her mom. Her mom has now moved in, and Kathy and her husband are delighted to share their home with her. However, Mom is demanding more and more on Kathy. She criticizes Kathy's way of keeping a home. She sees Kathy's marriage right up close and says something to Kathy about how she could act better. Her husband is beginning to get lonely. He snaps at her. He is trying to keep their relationship going, but he finds it useless. Kathy is getting busier and busier by the demands of her mother and distancing herself from her husband, burning out. What is it about all 3 examples that they have in common? No appreciation. We are human beings, social beings. We love to be around others who build us up, make us laugh, grow, and stimulate us. We do the same for them. The problem? The appreciation is few and far between, and burnout is rearing its ugly head. At Caregiver Haven, we face the truth. We look at both ever-changing, unknown events and the declination of our loved ones. We know we can't stop the change, but we can show you what lies ahead. We can prepare you before you find yourself in crisis. We stop the overwhelmment. We stabilize you in an ocean full of tossing waters. The second event is no harder than the first to solve. We can teach you how to keep yourself surrounded by the right people, and finding those right people is not that hard. We can also provide uplifting, laughing, warm folks to show you their appreciation of you when no one else will. We know when you need a nudge, and we are here to give you those warm moments. We bring light into your tunnel of darkness because we are all caregivers, and only caregivers can understand. So, where do you start? You start with the #1 guidebook to common sense caregiving. We'll show you what to do next and how to stay ahead of the game. You'll see the future before it's too late. So click below, get the Ultimate Caregiver's Guide today, and we'll take it from there.